Aloha. I'll tell you what, I think that a lot of the program that you want to write, you need to write yourself. What I have is a syllabus to get you from point A to point B. That includes, being able to take the number one lesson, which is understanding spider exercises and what they're worth and why we're doing them, which you clearly do, and you're practicing them totally enough. We do all downstrokes, and then we work on a little bit of speed. We go from one point of the fretboard to another, and we build that speed so each downstroke becomes its own individual kind of like thing. So you can do these at really fast paces if we wanted to. But at some point, we also need to practice upstrokes. If you're saying those are easy enough for you, then so be it, but we need to still practice those to get them up to the same speed, and then that. Remember, since we're doing all up spiders, it might behoove us, again, to do down spiders using downstrokes the first time, and then upstrokes the second or third or fourth or 100th time, and then eventually move into doing alternating. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Also, it's valid to go down. And as you can see, what happens is you become extremely fluid on these four. Open string, first, second, third, fourth, and then pinky on the 5. When we go up to here to the 5, we do the same thing. We go down to the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then up to the 9. Either way, these are a bunch of different spider exercises which help us do every single minor second so we could go through all of the notes. The concept is there's 3 quadrants. When we learn how to play a D here, some way along the line, in one of these quadrants, that D major shape is going to make sense, as well as the D minor shape will eventually make sense in 3 different positions. And then possibly a 4th if we're seeing it right as the diminished. So I digress. The idea is you're putting chords together that are coming from the book, you're understanding concepts that we're talking about, and now the next step is to write your own program on how you want to learn. I would suggest finding a song that you like, find that key of the song by playing the instrument over the top of it, and then narrow down what key it's in. So if you're hearing, CCR, and you're hearing E minor, A major, F major, E major, you could say, that's not a common thing to hear an E minor go to an E major. Well, that's because E major and E minor are 2 completely different keys. Now, granted, there isn't a song, I don't think, that has that same rhythm by CCR, but I played in the fashion of it. The idea is, if you were to change 1 or 2 notes, all those chords are inside the key of G. G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, and G. So when you hear a song that has like Holy from Nazareth, you don't have to be in G. You could take that G, which is the 1, you could go to the B minor, which is going to be the 3, the C, which is going to be the 4, and go back to the 1. We'll change keys. If we went to C major, it would be C major goes to E minor, to F major, back to C. It's a progression. At that point, we could be fluid playing in the key of G, our G major scale. Over the top of the E, we'd be comfortable playing our E minor scale. And over the top of the C, we'd be comfortable playing our C major scale. When we go to the C major, we can play a C major scale, an E minor scale, and an F major scale. And it's going to sound the exact same thing, it's just going to be in your register to sting. Here's where it becomes important. Every single song that you do is a learning opportunity, so you write it down in your own fashion. As long as you're remembering things that are actual music terms, they will be regurgitated when you're playing. So, having said that, there really is no rhyme and reason or fashion from when it goes from being like, this is a chord, and then this is a chord. The rhythm I'm playing are quarter notes. But if I saw this as just being common time, 4/4, back and forth, I wouldn't have the influence to do 8th notes or 16th notes. Must the show go on? So when you hear a song, hush now, baby, baby, don't you cry. Chances are when you're hearing a song by a band that it has an E in it, chances are you're going to have an E major, F sharp minor, G sharp minor, A major, B major, C sharp minor. We would have a D sharp diminished, and then it goes back to E. So knowing that, when we hear B to A, it goes back to the 1. And believe it or not, that's a 1-4-5, just like it's just done in a different tempo, and it has the Pink Floyd touch. That's what you and I do together. That's what I specialize in. I can listen to any song, and because I have multiple years in it, and I can show you how to do the process so it cuts off many, many, many years. I think that's the most valuable thing you can learn from me as an instructor. Plus secondary, how to express yourself musically is a very valid thing. And then the third thing is all the music theory, all of what makes up music. But the takeaway, we're working on chords, ideas in our head, using triads and being able to use our hands to understand the circle of fifths. And then we're playing different rhythm structures based off of just one simple, keeping 8th notes. Cool? I hope that helped. For this week, keep going with your Spidey exercises, practice them however you like. And then for this week, I would say nail down the C major. You have it pretty well. Go to your next chord in the key of C, so G. You'd have G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, and G. When you go through there, they're all of your scale. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's your secondary scale, like C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And if you wanted to do the open phrasing, you would have 3rd fret with your 3rd finger, open for the A, 2nd finger, 2nd fret for the B, 3rd finger, 3rd fret for the C, open D, 2nd finger for the E, stretch for the F sharp to the 4th with the pinky, and then play the G open. Right on. Each one of those, G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D major, E minor, F sharp diminished, G. When we do that, I know it's quick, but the onus is on you to get those fingerings, and there's a whole YouTube site that has those, or you can just Google them. But if you do the YouTube thing, you see my friendly face. And then as far as your question about, is there a website with all these PDFs? No, but I do have a couple 100,000 that I've just collected and done myself. If I had an editor to edit them down, maybe I could do songbooks, but maybe I'll just write a songbook. Maybe that'll be it. Otherwise, what we can do is we can learn how to chart together and maybe do that on the YouTube channel. Either way, all this is a work in progress. It's the journey that matters, and I think you're doing a great job. Have any questions, just reach out, and then work on those, just getting those diatonic 7 down and do your scales with it in the fingering, patting, 1st or 2nd. Aloha.